just got out of church. It's really humid in Texas, so my leave out is starting to freeze, and it is what it is. But church was amazing today. It really, really, really was amazing. When I say it was amazing, it was amazing. And I'm somebody who normally don't cry. I'm like this person who be going through and I hold stuff in, but I think I cried the whole service today. Like, I did a whole bunch of crying just because I'm so grateful for where I have came from. And I just jumped right into talking, y'all. Just talking. And hello, Mom Squad. I'm so grateful for y'all. And I'm on my way home from church right now. I'm so grateful to have you guys on my page and joining me again. But people drive so crazy. Like, everybody is so rushed lately. It's just so crazy to me. And like how people drive. This is why I don't go anywhere unless I absolutely have to go. Like I was telling y'all, most of the time I'm just driving to church. That's my longest route is to church. But what I was saying is, I'm just so grateful for God and what He has done for me and what He's doing in my life. Right? I'm a living witness to you. Literally, you have to model behaviors that you want your children to produce, that you want, however you want them to be. All of that back in the day, how they say, do as I say and not as I do. No, it's do as I do. So you should model that behavior that your kids want, that you want them to be. Like, model them, show it to them, right? And I'm saying that because I literally was just talking about how my girls are doing a transformation. I don't care who don't see it, who don't see what's going on with me and my two kids. I don't care as long as God sees it. Like I said, my oldest daughter came in my room, I think it was a week ago today, that she came in there with her vision board with prayers on it, and then answer prayers and all of this stuff that God has poured into her. That's one thing, because my baby was riding the fence on being a Christian. So she was riding the fence on it. And so for her to come to me and say, I figured it out, because I'm also a firm believer in people doing their own research. And that's what she was doing. Mom, I'm researching, I'm looking up these different beliefs just to figure it out. And I'm a firm believer in that. And I think I've told you guys that I'm never mad if my kids come to me and say I've told them something and they want to do research to figure it out for themselves. I'm not mad at that. I encourage that. You never go off of what men tell you. You always do your research. You pray. You, or whoever you worshiping, you do that, and you let them give you the knowledge that you need. And that's what my baby did. So I love that she did that, and now she's walking in faith, and she's, God. She knows God is the nothing is higher than Him, and He can help you through anything in your life, and that's who we worship. That is our God. No God is higher than Him, and she knows that now. And I'm just so grateful, and I give God all the glory, because that's His doing. That's His work. He did that. He opened up her eyes and gave her the knowledge that she needed. He helped her with the research that she needed. Sorry, y'all. I told y'all I'm still working on this whole road rage thing, but I'm a lot better than what I was. I just was saying, come on, you can get on, but I can't be waiting for you all day, because I got other people that's behind me and I can't get over. Okay, but anyway, like he's the one who helped her figure that out, right? And then my youngest baby, y'all know Alicia, she's the one, she's with me all the time. We're doing stuff together all the time. But she is doing her whole transformation too, and I'm here for it. My baby is a lot milder. She's happier. Today she came to me, and she had been heavy on her heart, where she was really missing somebody, and when they last spoke, it didn't go well, right? So she wasn't reaching out. This person wasn't reaching out. Nobody was reaching out. And I just told her, I was like, well, you just pray about it and you ask God to let you know what you need to do. I said, but just remember, the other person is, I know the other person is feeling the exact same way that you're feeling. Because you guys were really close, but somebody has to reach out. Somebody's going to have to be the bigger person and just risk it, you know, to see if the relationship can be resolved and see if everything will be okay, you know, just if y'all can talk again and what it looks like. And my oldest daughter actually saying the same thing. So I went to church today. My baby girl didn't go with me, only because we had my grandbaby, like I said, and I didn't want to bring him to church because he's still a little really hyped. Don't like to sit down. Move him. He would have to be moving and all of that stuff. So I just wanted to see how he did with us before I just start bringing him to church, where he forced to sit down, something he's not accustomed to doing. So I was going to take him to his DePaul, but we ended up not doing that because Alicia said that she would stay. She wanted to stay at home and spend some time with him because he's not with us all the time. So I said okay to that. Okay, but long story short, my baby was the bigger person.
The right to exit right to
she was the bigger person, and she reached out to this person. And it's a lot of other things that I see that God is working on her with. She's a lot milder. Alicia used to be very easy, quick to anger, and she's no longer like that. That was the first thing that he changed with her, but she reached out to the person, and that's normally not her character, and she said it went well. I don't know the full story exactly how it went because she couldn't share with me because I was at church, and I told her just wait till I get home because I want to hear the story. But y'all, I was in tears, and I'm getting choked up now just thinking about it, because I see God working on me, and I give him all the glory. I give God all the glory for the place that I'm at in my life right now. It's nobody but him. But all I had to do was apply myself and let God know I'm willing to work just as hard as you are when it comes to me and my faith and my relationship with you. And that's exactly what I'm doing. And with me doing that, God is doing his big one. And I'm just so grateful, and I give him all the glory for where I'm at in my life, because
continue straight for 15 minutes to count
where I'm at today, I wasn't here 2 weeks ago, I wasn't here a month ago, and I'm just growing stronger and stronger in faith. And last year at this time, it was just something totally different last year at this time for me. You know, I was just now beginning my journey of just, I'm sorry y'all, and I hope my video just stopped, but it's still, I had a footage, and that probably was, I was doing all that crying and stuff anyway, so it got me fixed up where I stopped out crying. But last year at this time, I had just started my journey where, okay, I want to figure this out with God, right? So I wasn't as faithful and as disciplined as I am now. And I was hurting last year. And that was the time that I met my now best friend that I work with. That was around the same time. And she had just started her, like, she was the same as me. You know, she believed in her beliefs, but she wasn't faithful, and she had just started her journey as well, and you know, and we both were in a dark place and just trying to figure out a lot. And I'm just grateful for where I'm at and where I came from, and you know, me being able to hear God and him speak to me and him use me for different things. And I know it's to pour into women and children, and I'm here for it. You know, I'm here for it. I'm just so grateful that he trusts me to do that. He trusts me to pour into people, and I'm just so grateful to the people who listen at me as God speaks to them through me. And I'm just so grateful that my girls can see that I'm changed. I'm not the mama that they knew, and I'm so grateful for change. I'm just grateful for change. I'm grateful for God being a forgiving God, and you know, I'm just so grateful for that. I'm just so grateful for God being a forgiving God. I'm so grateful for Him removing things from my life that did not serve me purpose, and people from my life that did not serve me purpose. I am just so grateful for that, and I'm just grateful that I'm able to be disciplined, and I'm able to, you know, sit back and say, what is God telling me to do, without jumping into things anymore and letting His will be done instead of mine, and not caring what people think about me as I once did, and trying to help people that wasn't trying to help themselves, or just me also just being so trustworthy with me myself, like just trusting myself with so many people that did not appreciate me, and them being removed, and I'm just grateful. I am so grateful for God and who He is, and even the people who have not been removed, but maybe just placed in my life differently than what they once was, and also telling me the people that, okay, this person right here, you may want to remove them, but you might need to fight and figure it out with them. I'm grateful for all of the stuff that's going on in my life, even though it's hard, because I'm not saying my life is squeaky clean now and I have everything is great, because it's definitely not. It's a struggle every day, especially when you make a decision that affects everyone. You know, it's hard, but then you're like, I have to do what God has instructed me to do, because I haven't been doing that my whole life. And where has that got me? Where has that got me? That's why I say, y'all, walk down the road with God. Take His road. Do not take your own road, because it just makes things so much more difficult for you. And if you have children, it messes up their road, because they're trying to figure it out by watching you. And if they're watching you and you're not being obedient to what God is telling you to do, they can't be obedient to God. They can, but it's going to be a lot harder if you're not modeling what they need to do. God needs to be poured into your life all day, every day. Don't just say, I'm worshiping God on a Sunday, and then you walk out of the church house and you cussing, you're screaming, you're arguing, and you're fighting. Like they say, whoever you are in the Lord's house is whoever you should be in your house. Period. And it's not easy. It won't happen overnight. It's not saying that one day you're not going to do right, because you will not do right. That's all a part of being a human. You have your days. You're a human. That's why I do want to, I'm tired of having people in my life where if I make a mistake, they want to hold it against me forever and ever and ever and hold on to it. Or you ain't changed because you did this again. Yeah, if I cuss right now, that doesn't mean that I don't have God in my life better than I did before. Nobody can judge me. That's for God to judge me, just like I can't judge anybody. I can't expect anyone's a faith with God, a relationship with God to look like mine. Everybody's relationship look different. Some people can literally sit at home all day and watch church, and that's their relationship with God is the best. Everybody's relationship looks different. Some people can just read their Bible over and over and over, and their relationship with God is great. And you can't judge no one. And you can't judge someone if they fall off. If it's a member of your church that haven't came to church in 7 months or a year or 2 years, and they walk back in that church, you love them the same as you did when they were in your church 2 years ago. You cannot judge them. You don't know what their relationship with God looks like. It's not for you to judge. I'm so tired of everybody judging every single thing. Stop judging. And I'm not saying that that has never been me, because it has been me. I have judged people for the things that they did and didn't. And then when they stop doing it, well, they used to do that anyway. They ain't gonna never change this, that, and the other. The only people that I back away from is the people that continue to repeat the same behaviors over and over and over, especially if they're bad behaviors. Now, if you're doing something that you're supposed to do, I'm with it. But if you're repeating the same behaviors, the biggest one for me, easily angered. I'm not being cussed at by nobody, because I'm not cussing at nobody. You're not going to scream at me because I'm not screaming at nobody. You're not going to be physical with me, because I'm not going to be physical with anyone, not even my children. I'm not putting my hands on you. That's not the way that I choose to parent. So I'm not going to do it. But those are the things that I just will not accept. It's just certain things that I will not accept in my life, from a friend, from a partner, from a child, from a parent, from a relative. That's just certain things. Those are the top things that I am not going to accept. I choose not to. I choose not to. If some people choose to have people in their life that want to argue and fuss and cuss and put their hands on them all the time, that's fine. Have I always been this person that didn't cuss, didn't fuss, didn't argue? No. I haven't always been a person that didn't, because I love to do it at one time in my life. I keep saying that as well. I hold myself accountable for everything that I am, everything that I was, and everything that I will be. I promise you that. I don't have any reason to lie and say that I've just been a saint my whole life, because I have not. I have not been a saint my whole life. I got Jones blood in me and Anderson blood in me. You look at my family tree, trust me, everybody know I can pop off too. I can. I have. I probably will again, because I'm not perfect. But it's about me coming back, and I don't care who judge it if I fall off the ladder, because it's for God to judge. That's who's judging. But I'm just so thankful, and that's what this was about, was me being thankful for where God has brought me from. I see it, and I see it, I see it, and I notice it in my household. I notice it in my household. I see my work showing through my children. And when I tell you I'm grateful for that, and I'm just going to keep praying to God, I'm telling y'all, when I'm up at between 2 and 5 in the morning, God's waking me up, I'm not just praying for myself. I'm praying for y'all. I'm definitely praying for my kids. I'm heavy on the praying for my kids. And I see God answering prayers for my kids, for people that I have relationships with, for my mom. Like, I see God answering my prayers. And that's when I'm just so grateful. I give God all the glory. I give him all the glory. I give him every ounce of the glory that I have. All of the joy that I have is because of him. And because of, even when it's tough, because right now, I could name off a few storms that I'm having in this time today. But I have so much joy, and I give him all the glory. I give him all the glory that I'm in a household, not on assistance, and I'm able to pay every single one of my bills without any help from a spouse, without any help from anyone. I'm able to do it and stand on my own in a home, and so many people are not able to do that, even with 2 or 3 people, 4 or 5, just people in the house. It's so many people in the house that could be contributing, and they're not, and it causes the house to be in shambles, like everything, and people struggling. And I'm not doing that. I'm not saying I'm wealthy, or I'm not like, okay, I gotta pay this bill, and yeah, it's a struggle, but I'm able to do it. I'm able to do it, even, and I'm gonna share a little bit about my struggle. And I know he would not mind me sharing. But Misha's dad is really, he's sick. So his child support stopped, which he's faithful with taking care of his daughter for the last, I want to say couple of years. Like, he's been really good. I don't know how long, but he's been good for a minute and just consistent. And so it was very much extra income that was reliable. And since it stopped, God has still been able to carry me, and I've still been able to do what I need to do for the house and make sure nothing is cut off, and the bills are paid, and I'm still able to give my tithes in church. I'm still able to provide the things that Misha wants, not just her needs. I was able to buy her a whole new wardrobe of clothing. And that's God. That's nobody but God. Because when you have less income coming in your house, that's when things get rough. That's when times get hard. But God said, I will not let it happen. He said, I won't let it happen. The same way you were sitting before is how you're going to sit now. And when I tell you I'm sitting the same way, I'm still sitting the same way. I'm still sitting the same way. And I'm grateful for God. I'm grateful for God for everything that he has done. And like I said before, I give him all of the glory, every inch of it, every inch of the glory. And I love him, and I magnify his name to the extreme. I do, because I'm so honored that he chose to just pour his blood over me and my household and be faithful to me, even when I was not faithful to him. And I'm just so glad that he's a forgiving God, and he gives you more than one chance to get it right. And he just keeps forgiving and giving and forgiving and forgiving. No matter how many times you fail, when he's telling you to do something, you choose to do something else, and he still just forgives you and gives you the opportunity to get it right. I'm just so grateful to him. I'm so grateful. And I shout at you from the rooftops. And y'all, if you don't have a relationship with him, I suggest you get one. But I don't even think you would be on my page watching me if you didn't have a relationship with him, to be honest. You wouldn't be. You would not be on my page watching me if you didn't have a relationship with God, because that's the main thing that I talk about, is having a relationship with God and how good God is, because he's so good. He's amazing. And y'all just put him first. Period. Put him first. If you're married, you have a wife, if you have a husband, put God first, and he will figure everything else out for you. I promise. God will figure everything else out for your relationship. He'll do the work. He'll do the work. If he see you doing the work, he gonna help you. Y'all gonna work that thing together. And that's what I have grown accustomed to and seeing. Through this process, like I see, Camila, if you do the work, God gonna help you. He's going to help you. But you have to be willing to help yourself. A lot of people do all this, I'm gonna pray to God, and God gonna do this, and God gonna do that. And then when God don't do it, you mad at him for not doing it. But what were you doing? You wanted him to do all the work, and that's not how that goes. You can't expect God to do all the work and you just sit back and reap the benefits of him doing all the work for you. No, you have to work. He's going to give you the tools, but you have to put it together. You have to put it together. He's going to give you the tools. You got to open up the toolbox and take the tools out. And that's what a lot of people don't want to do. I was like that for a while. I didn't want to do it. I'm going to come to God and pray and pray and pray and pray and pray when times get hard. But am I praying to God when he's doing something right? Am I praying to God when things are going right? Am I thanking him and glorifying his name when everything is perfect? Or am I just reaching out to him when things get tough?
In 1.4 miles, turn right on Reeder Lane.
Like that's what we have to realize, guys. Is God is worthy to be praised at any time, at your darkest time. And that's the test, when it's really dark. when it's really, really, really dark and you don't know if you're going or coming, you don't know what to do with yourself, you don't know, like you're just really ready to give up, that's when the test is real. That's when it's real, y'all. When you're ready to give up and times get rough, can you still tell God thank you and you're worthy to be praised? That's the test. But I've been talking to y'all for 16 minutes, and I'm just gonna make this a video by itself. I haven't even did my the vlog video. I haven't even posted that yet. I think I'm gonna post this before that, because this is what I was led to do by God. This was all God. I had no intentions of making a video today at all. I was kind of just going to relax. I'm gonna stop right here, and I just don't feel like cooking today. I don't know, but I told Leisha I would bring her back some lunch, so I'm gonna stop here. But like, and it's things like this, less income, and I'm still able to, when she says that she wants something, just able to get it for her. And I'm just blessed that I have people that I can reach out to if I need support financially or something like that. But I'm blessed that I don't have to, and I'm just so grateful to God. I'm just so grateful to Him, y'all. And like I said, if you don't have a relationship, I need to go get my eyebrows
Make a
done.
U-turn.
But
Then turn left on Farm
I
to
would
Market
have to go
548.
all the way to the other side
Make
of
a
town.
U-turn.
But
Then turn left
y'all
on
just
Farm to Market
stay.
548.
Keep me in your prayers. I'm gonna keep you in my prayers, because I pray for Mom Squad. I pray for you guys,
Turn
and I
right.
want you guys
Then
to
turn right on
also
Ridgecrest
have a
Road.
great relationship with God, and just glorify His name, and put Him in your life 24/7. Make God a priority, y'all. He is so worthy to be praised, and he does so many amazing things for people every day that is overlooked. Like just being able, I'm telling y'all, you can look at my eyes and tell today in church the Holy Spirit was there. Like it was in the, when I say it was in the church house, it was in the church house. Service was amazing. You can look at my eyes and tell I'm not even a crier. I've been crying. And like I said, I really just give God all the glory. They talked about the woman with the issue of blood. That's what she preached about, because it was Women's Sunday. And she spoke about it, and I was that woman. And God helped me with that. He helped me with that. And it's just, I'm just so grateful. But I'm not gonna hold y'all. I just want y'all to know how grateful I am just for the God that I serve, and where I'm at in my life. And what my camera is getting, I don't know. But y'all, I'm gonna get off, because today is a day, and I don't want to be all in my feelings and stuff all day. But I love you guys. I'm so thirsty, and I have a cooler in my car. I keep a cooler in my car, but I keep forgetting to put the ice in the cooler. So I have water, but the water is hot, and I'm thirsty. But I'm gonna get off of here now, and just know that God is here. He's here, and He won't give up on you. And I feel like I'm talking to somebody. I know it's rough, and it's hard, and you're just ready to give up, but don't. This is the time that you go to God. You go to God, and you put your all into talking to Him. Stop talking to outside people and talk to God. Build your relationship with Him. Because I'm telling you, when you build your relationship with God, He gonna show up and show out. And I just remember a few months ago, I was searching to be heard. Now I know I just needed to be heard. So when you're talking to somebody and you steady telling them how you feeling about something, and they're just telling you the opposite of how you feeling, and you steady saying I'm feeling like this, and they're telling you you're happy, or whatever the case may be, and you're not heard, you tend to go to outside sources to be heard. And that's definitely, you know, something that happened. But I wasn't going to the right outside source, which was God. So when I started doing that, God showed up and he showed out. And that's what he's doing right now. My favorite relationship and my stronger relationship that I have right now is the relationship that I have with God. So you're struggling and you feel like you're at your breaking point, but just know you're not. You feel like you're alone. You're not, because you have God. You have God. You don't need no person that walks on the face of this earth.
Then turn
None
right
of
on
them.
Ridgecrest Road.
Who you need is
Stay to the
God.
left.
Stay faithful to God. Build your relationship with God. I'm talking to you. Somebody out there needs to hear this, because God has asked me to speak to somebody. And I ain't never did this before on my page. But somebody out there, you're dark, you're staying in your house, you're on your own, you're withdrawing yourself from people, and it's okay. You don't have to want to be in the world. You don't have to want to see the world. Talk to God, though. You have to talk to him. And if you're not hearing God clear, you're not doing it the way that he wants you to do it. You have to surrender. You have to surrender and give it your all. Give God everything that you have. Once you do that, I'm telling you, it will be clear. He will let you know. He will guide you. He will be your everything. Like I said, God is my favorite relationship right now. The strongest relationship that I have right now is the relationship that I have with God. It's the relationship that I have with God. No other relationship that I have is this strong. So whomever you is, you got to talk to him. And it's not hard, because I know I was somebody, I don't know how to pray, this, that, and the other. I'm getting better at praying now. But your relationship with God, you have that relationship with God, you can just talk to him. Literally, you can talk to him the way that you talk to people. Like, I sit up in my bed most of the time. I'm sitting in my bed Indian style, because people say you need to kneel to him, and at the foot at your bedside and all that stuff. Yes, that's great. But however you do it, I sit in my bed Indian style in the middle of my bed, and I talk to God. I also go to sleep with my sleeping prayer on, my worship on. And it bothers some people, but if it bothers anybody, then you just ain't somebody that needs to be around me, because that's something that I'm doing to build my relationship with God, and nobody is standing in the way of that. And that's what you have to learn. Nobody needs to stand in the way of your relationship that you have with God. If they're standing in the way of the relationship that you have with God, they're not meant to be in your life, and you need to let them go. No one should stand in the way of your relationship with God. You should not be standing in the way of someone's relationship with God. And if you is, how dare you? You should never want to stand in the way of someone's relationship with God. And I don't know, somebody briefly talked about that today. It wasn't Sister Faye who preached. It was someone else briefly talked about how some people put their spouse before they put God. I don't remember who, and that is very true. A lot of people do that. They will put their spouse before they put God, and then they're wondering what's going on. Why is their life in shambles? But you can't put your spouse before you put God. You can't put your kids before you put God. You can't put your boss before you put God. You can't put your best friend before you could put God. you can't put yourself before you put God. It's God, you, spouse, children. If you have a spouse, like that's how it goes. So you can't do that. So remember that. But I'm finna get off. I love you guys. I'm finna get her some lunch and go home and figure out the rest of my day. Get him some lunch too. He really just be wanting to eat fries, y'all, all the time. That's all he be wanting is fries. Okay, but I'm gonna jump off. Like I said, I love you guys, and I'll talk to you guys later, Mom Squad. Thank you for taking the time, and remember to walk with God. Go down his road. Go down his road, regardless of what you think the journey may look like. I love you guys, and I'll see you later.
No such thing as a life that's better than yours. No such thing as a life that's better than yours. Love yours.